So this is going to be a little demonstration on how to go about creating a storyboard animatic, right? And I'm going to show you how to do it using Animate. And the easiest, fastest process that I think is the easiest anyway to sort of start going through this project. It's definitely the easiest way to go about it for this particular project. As you saw in some of the videos I had shown, most of the storyboard artists draw on paper on little boards, and then they clip them to like a big wall, and then they sort of play with them around like that until they get the feel that they want. And here we're going to do a little digital version of it. It makes it easiest for all of us to view them and submit them instead of like scanning in each image. So anyway, I'm going to get started with this, and I'm going to go ahead and start by importing my audio. So I'm going to go File, Import, Import to Library, and I'm going to select my audio. There we go. Okay. So I've got my audio layer here. I've already set the frames that I need it for. Audio. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this on. And you're going to notice here, I can scrub through. Make sure it's set to stream as well. So if I click on my audio layer, I set this to stream. And then I can scrub through. And you'll see that I can scrub through the audio file now. Now the easiest way to do this is I'm going to lock this layer. And this also goes for the storyboarding and the animatic, obviously. And these are going to be my boards. My storyboards. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use my brush tool, and the audio I've selected is from Jurassic Park. I'm going to go ahead and hit play.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
Okay, so you get an idea of what the clip is. I'm not going to go through the entire audio clip, but I'm going to give you enough basis to understand how to work through this project here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to this again.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
Okay, he says, and even the word raptor means bird of prey. So with that, what I'm going to do is even the word raptor means bird of prey. So I have to constantly keep that in mind when doing this, and I'm not recreating, I'm creating my own version of this audio clip. I'm not going through the movie and just drawing each storyboard from the exact scene of that film. That is entirely wrong to do. You'll fail the project if you do that. So this is your own take on it. So I don't expect this to be perfect at all. This is going to be a first pass. Even when the project is finally submitted, it'll be even more like a first pass anyway, because we just don't have enough time in the semester for this class anyway to go through and fine-tune storyboards and make them really epic and awesome. We're just going to do the best we can with what we've got. So if you think about it, what I've basically done here is your audio clip here. This is basically a script. So it starts out with like a script, right? This is the script you have to work with, and then now you have to create visuals for it. So we're just fortunate enough to already have a final cut of the audio, so it's like a little shortcut. But this is how we're going to get started. I'm going to start, and even the word raptor means bird of prey. So I'm going to have my character here. A lot of times you're going to want to start with an establishing shot. So just really quickly, I'm going to zoom out. Maybe I'm going to start with like a little library or something. Okay. And we'll go, let's use my text tool, make this a little bit easier. And let's jump up the size of that. That works. And center it. Okay. So now I've got a little text to work with here. Zoom back in. And I'm trying to retain my rule of thirds. What another really common thing to do to sort of help you with this, rule of thirds, is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use my line tool, I'm going to go to black, and I'm going to make my alpha, actually I'm going to be using the line tool, I'm going to make it like, I don't know, 75%. And I'm just going to roughly, whoop, black. And I'm going to roughly sort of eyeball my rule of thirds. You could technically grab an image off the internet of the rule of thirds to get this exact. But for this demo, this will be good enough. Okay. And something like that. Alright, that works. So there's my rule of thirds, and I'm going to lock that layer. So the only one I can draw on is this one. So, keeping that in mind, I have my library here on my focal point here, and then I'm going to draw a little library. And let's see, something like so. Okay. And these obviously they don't need to be perfect. Okay. Alright, so there's my library. Maybe I'll do something like that, and I'm going to take this text, rotate it, bring it over, grab my brush tool, and then just give it a little sign. So then we'll know that they're in the library. Alright. And picture it with like big double doors. It's almost starting to look like a person in a weird way. Okay, and maybe another set of windows or something. Okay, something like that. And over here, as a just a pun, let's put like a street sign. We'll put like to library this way. Do like a little arrow. And this will be like my foreground element. These are not going to be perfect. And I'm literally doing this off the top of my head right now, so here we go. Okay, to library. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit play.
And even the word raptor means.
Okay, and what I'll do next is scrub through my boards and go, I'm going to turn this off for now, and press F7. So that's a blank keyframe. Now, I could even extend this so it's at least a second. It's going to seem fast, whoops, no matter what, because it is pretty quick.
And even the word raptor means.
So now I'll do my character here. And since we're in a library, I picture him with glasses, big glasses. just do something like that, and then whoa. Computer's a little slow while I'm recording here, but do something like that. And I can give them like eyebrows and whatnot, and let's make them have little eyebrows here, here. Give them hair like this. Just something quick. Right? Ooh. Something I can just sort of doodle real quick. These don't have to be like epically perfect. So again, I have my focal point here on my rule of thirds, right over here, and then I'm gonna have them point to like a dictionary. I'm gonna give them a bow tie. Okay, and have them point over here. And you could always also remember to try to give like your best possible line of action in here. It always certainly helps with the posing. I'm gonna have them point. That's good. Right, and okay. Have like a book here, so I could turn on my rule of thirds and just say it's one of those pedestals with the dictionary on it. Go right on it. Just some writing in there. Okay. And okay. And we'll put something that says like dictionary right here. Bring the size down a little bit. And that should work. Something like that. Oop. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these before, but probably have. Those little stations in libraries and stuff that have the dictionary there, so you can look up anything you don't know. Okay, and then I'll do. Let's give it a little bit of depth or something. Okay. Alright, and then there we go. Alright. And later I'll go back and do like if I have time or whatever to do like more thorough backgrounds. But I want to get the main idea here through. The staging of my main sequences here, my character, the book on the dictionary for that. So now when I play it back, I know that
And even the word
they're at.
raptor means bird.
And when I play it back,
Raptor means
go back here, I'll press F7, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take here, Raptor, and we'll do, the font that I have selected doesn't have anything for semicolon or colon, but just give it a couple spaces, means, and I'll make it maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, bring that up. And you know what? Because I think I'm going to bring this to be larger. Maybe too large. And bring that out. Indent it. Bring this down a little bit. Alright, and then for the rest of these, just for the time being, I'm just going to do something just so you kind of get the idea that it's in the dictionary. And we'll put page 887. I don't know. That's just to give it an idea that this is a page and that a page in the dictionary. Even the word raptor means. Maybe I can draw his hand in there, pointing at it. And in fact, could do this. Add these next. Okay. And then here. And then that's his knuckle. Okay. Do this. Something like that. Okay, and then this comes down. And there's the rest of the scribble scratch that we don't need to know because it's not important. It's just there for context. So, there's that. And when I play this back, that's just 3 boards.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
And then
That doesn't look very scary.
actually here, oops, I'll do like a picture on the wall. So I'm going back, and maybe I want to make this a museum actually instead of a library. It seems to maybe make a little bit more sense, but a turkey. Okay. So oh, something like that, and it's got a little gobbler thingy. All right. We'll put Raptor. Like I said, this isn't going to be perfect, but okay, and I'm gonna play this back again.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary.
So I'm scrubbing through here, and right here I'm gonna do a hard cut to a little guy. Maybe put him wearing a baseball cap. Make it backwards. Okay. Because he's like super cool or whatever. And it's just laggy. Ugh. Hold on. Alright. You know what? Maybe it's a helicopter hat. How about that? That's a little bit more funny. Ooh. Okay. And then... Alright. Now. This kid will be like, that doesn't look very scary. And let's make him, like, mean. Put his mouth over here. Give him, and let's give him, like, just little looper ears here. And give him a neck here. And we'll go around this way to here. Have him pointing or something. Lots of pointing happening so far. Utilizing my rule of thirds, he's right here. I'll just give him that. And now another thing that's actually really common is that when doing these, a lot of people like to put the text right on the page on a separate layer with the dialogue. They'll go through a whole first pass of doing the dialogue on a page like this, on a project like this. I don't, because I can just scrub through and listen to it. It just seems like it would be more of a technique if I were to do it on actual paper. But now that I got it in the computer, I don't really follow that. But if I were drawing it on paper, I might even have the dialogue on the back of the board or something like that, or written at the bottom of it. That's really, really common. So, anyway, and then there's that picture over here. Just running off the stage there, of the 6-foot turkey. And you know what? Maybe I'll make it long ways, actually. I'll go like this. Oop. So I can see him a lot bigger. Actually, because I'm doing this here, I'm going to go to here. Go here. Give him little claws. And put him in a frame. That doesn't look very scary. Alright, so now I've got a couple boards here. I'm going to start from the beginning again.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary.
So it looks like, unless my computer was lagging, that I should probably have this board. And I'm just clicking on it once and then dragging it over. And maybe just a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to go back and play this again. And this is what's really great about Adobe Animate. You can adjust the timing once you have the board drawn, like really, really easily. So let's go ahead and play it.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary.
And then I'm going to do one more. Okay. And then I hear people sort of looking, and I feel like they're looking and laughing or something by listening to it.
Very scary.
So I'll do one more cut here. And I'm just going to do a couple people here. I'm just going to really sketch these in really fast. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not going to worry about faces or anything. 4 people or so, just generic bodies here. Maybe this person's got a belly or something. Don't even need to worry about that. Just for this particular, because I want to just kind of get moving forward here. This person's covering their mouth. Ha! Like they're laughing or giggling. This person's arms down here. There's their shoe. Oop. Alright, that's good enough. Something like that. Boom. Same thing here. Okay. Just give them a little bit more expression. Okay, come on. There we go. Oop. All right. Now, I'm going to play it back from the beginning.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
And one more. More like a 6-foot turkey.
More like a 6.
Okay. F7. And I'm going to do this sort of now. I'm not exactly going to be, not all of my scenes I want to lie directly on the rule of thirds. I want to break apart from those types of things from time to time to generate more interest in my scene. Do do do. Give him a head here. Ooh. And give him a... Oops. I don't know. See what I'm doing here. Do one feather. Do the other. Good enough. And we'll do one more foot, and I'll just copy this one. Oop. All right. Oop. Perfect. So now that I've got my 6-foot turkey, I can even do maybe something silly, like in case it's not clear enough. And let's bring the stroke up on that to like 3. Go. Oop. All right, that should do it for this example.
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
Okay. So from here, what I could do is continue working on this, and then I would listen to each part, and then once I was all done, I would start to adjust things or add things or whatever. But to get you started, here's like 5 boards I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 boards I did. Now, if I were to continue working on this, I'd obviously add a lot more storyboards. I find this sort of the fastest way to go about doing these projects, on this particular project anyway, to get your boards in there, to get your animatic going. You've got the audio. First thing you want to do is get your audio, and then take it away from there. I find it really awesome with Adobe Animate to do quick storyboards and quick ideas. Just scribble, scratch your boards on there, get them out there, and then you can fine tune them later. So I've got my rule of thirds on. I can turn it off. I'm going to turn it into a guide layer for now. So I go guide. Where are you? Okay. So when I play it back as a Swift file, anyway, I'm not going to have.
Bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
All right. So now I can keep them on in here, but when I play it back, it obviously won't affect it at all. Anyway, oops. Anyway, that's
And even the word
there we
raptor
go.
means
See,
bird of
the
prey.
rule of thirds are no longer there, but they're there. So this is really effective, fast way of getting this project all done through and through. It really helps to have that audio clip to just be able to scrub through real quick and easy. Being able to add extra layers like the rule of thirds, or the audio layer and things like that, make things a lot more simple to do this project. And I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna do a little bit more on it, and then I'll go back and I'll have it a video of my entire little animatic for you in a separate video. So go ahead, get started on this, and I hope you enjoy the storyboard project in Animatic. Thanks for watching.